Today is Monday, but fear not, my dear friends, I have a show for you that will help you forget those Monday morning blues. It's the 19th of May, I'm Olivia, and this is MoBuzz TV. Unfortunately, returning once again to the whole subject of governments trying to gag their citizens and their internet activities, a New York Times article reports that 4 Chinese bloggers have been arrested for spreading false rumors that the government avoided the signs that an earthquake was imminent. The bloggers argue that the draining of ponds and the odd behavior of cows and toads in some regions all pointed to the coming disaster, in which thousands perished. The state insists that it's still impossible to predict earthquakes accurately. Whatever the state of the internet freedom rules may be, it's already been a tough 2008 for China on many fronts, and one can only hope that the run of bad luck will end here. The now infamous Lori Drew Meghan Mayer MySpace case is still yet to reach a conclusion. After everybody thought that Lori Drew would end up getting off scot-free for her part in the gruesome play that led to 13-year-old Meghan hanging herself, it turns out that she's been indicted on charges that could lead up to 20 years in prison. Lori Drew is facing 4 charges, 3 for accessing unauthorized computers to inflict emotional distress, and the other one for conspiracy. The problem is the vagueness of the charges. Although nobody doubts that what Ms. Drew did was a terrible crime, it's going to be pretty difficult to prove that in court. Okay, moving on to a couple of more light-hearted pieces of news to give you all a break from the doom and gloom of the previous 2. If you suspect that your loving wife is getting her loving someplace else, then what do? Confront her about it. Give her a taste of her own medicine. Just forget about the whole thing. No, you put her up for auction on eBay, of course. English MOT Inspector Paul Osborne kicked cheating wife Sharon out of home before putting her up for sale on the site. Apparently, bids reached up to £500,000 before Paul pulled the advert, deciding that just perhaps it was not the best way of going about things. Everyone likes a bit of telly. What better way to pass a nice chilled evening than in front of an episode of Heroes or Strictly Come Dancing? I can't think of one. But as always, there is somebody who just likes to take everything too far. The mummified remains of a Croatian woman have been found sitting in her armchair at home in front of the TV, 42 whole years after she went missing. Mrs. Golick was last seen by the neighbours in 1966, when she apparently just disappeared. Instead of doing the obvious and checking to see if everything was okay, they just assumed she'd moved out. My head is nearly exploding with this one. Just how can it take somebody 42 years to come up with the bright idea of checking inside the house? I mean, really? After years of standing their ground and refusing to offer Windows on the 1 laptop per child computers, the mighty Microsoft has finally caved in and last week said that they reached an agreement with a charitable organization. The initial sales of the 1 laptop per child initiative were slow, mainly due to the fact that many countries didn't want to purchase a load of computers that didn't run Windows, which, despite Mac fanboys' efforts, is the dominant operating system. The agreement involves no payment by Microsoft, and they'll not be joining OLPC's board. But it's nice to know, as hopefully the project sales will be giving a well-needed boost. We're going to round up the show with some video sharing stuff. Taking a cue from YouTube's move last autumn and its creation of a community council, MetaCafe want to create a cafe council. However, unlike YouTube, the whole thing is aimed at the MetaCafe community, not just a few exclusive and special contributors. They posted a call for volunteers on their blog and an example of all sorts of things that the members will be asked to do. It looks like the whole concept of user-generated content is just getting bigger. But it's still the original daddy of video sharing portals that is getting the big scoops. As of now, and until the festival finishes, YouTube will be covering the Cannes Film Festival via their dedicated IFC channel. The channel will feature a selection of some of the best film content, as well as all the swanky red carpet appearances and industry panels. So if, like me, you were just too busy to be there in person, you can enjoy the fun in the sun via YouTube. Well, I do hope that you're all feeling a little better for a Monday. Just think, only 4 more days to go before the shackles of work are unlocked again. I'll see you tomorrow.